It's just because I would say at a young age, I used to watch a lot of people around me, and I just kind of my philosophy was the more things you know, the more opportunities you can make for yourself. Therefore, I just kind of acquired a lot of skills, and I tried to make sure that they were like relatable skills. So that way, when I did become of age where everything is on my own, of course I'll have a job. I actually have two jobs, but I also have businesses. I also have a lot of other things that pretty much help me fulfill that need to be spoiled. Because whether my parents do it, I'm gonna do it myself. Like if I want some shit, I'm gonna buy it. Like you know what I mean? I don't give a fuck. Like same thing for my son. Like if he wants some shit, he's gonna get it. Just point blank, period. And I mean, I feel as though, if you work hard, you can do what you want to with your money. End of the day. So, like me personally, I just feel like obviously some people are in positions where they can't, do what they want to when they want to. But I will say that me personally, I don't know. Like you should see my fucking, you should see my invoices on Amazon. The shit is actually pretty sad. Like, pretty fucking sad. Right? I would never give out an exact number, but it's pretty fucking sad. That's all I'm gonna say.
So, is there anything about how you grew up and how you were parented that you wouldn't do when it comes to raising your own child or children?
Yeah, like I wouldn't necessarily install like fear. Not that I feared my parents, but like in the sense of like, all kids do shit they're not supposed to. You know what I mean? Sneak out, drink before they're supposed to. All, kid shit. You know what I mean? But like with me, I was like more afraid to be honest about shit. So it caused me to try to hide shit, which, kind of snowballed a whole lot of other shit.
Yep.
So I just feel like when it comes on to me personally, my parenting style, it's not that I allow my son to do things that are wrong. It's just, I talk to him. I tell him.
You allow him to know it's okay that that he comes to you and that he does them versus feeling like he has to hide it from you out of fear of getting in trouble.
Yeah, because of course some things, as a responsible adult, I have to, take action. But like, little stuff like, it's just like, first time. Like I'm not one of those old school parents that believe, or ass whooping is the solution to everything. Because really and truly, it's not. All it does is make your fucking kids fear you and lie to you.
Can I say that someone mentioned to me before that they feel like the reason in a lot of black families that ass whoopings are the way to go if you don't listen is due to slavery.
That's not funny. That's not funny.
Do you see how in any way that could possibly correlate? Because back in those days, technically, that's how they would have been treated. You were beaten for not listening and not obeying, and because of that way of discipline, it continued throughout, the generations to come.
I don't know because, predominantly black people do have more of a tendency to be like whooping ass. But like, I have
well, not so much that they have more of a tendency, but that's generally the first thing that they go to. That's generally number one. It's, that's the know all, be all for a lot of African American black households.
Yeah, but look, and I'm not saying this to be like funny, but you got to think about like the just like that in the same sense. Like white kids are more likely to have shit taken away from them, But you can relate that back to the fact that white people are used to having all this stuff.
Well,
so,
exactly. Do you not think that a
shit.
lot of the mass shooting, I mean, you can't sit here and say a lot of the mass shootings aren't white people and white children. So, and you say that a lot of the time the white children are the ones getting everything and having everything they need. Do you not see the correlation?
Yeah, just like
the same. Is it? But
yeah. Just like with Hispanics, and it sounds fucked up, but it's for real. Like Hispanic, like most of the time, their punishments is either a loss of like privileges or like additional chores and things.
Where are they at? Because they could, one of them should be able to
what,
speak
and
on
what, did
this
they,
one.
what has history taught us about what they try to do with Hispanic people? They try to take shit away from them, you know, and like they try to make them do like maybe not like slavery, because like slavery is a whole different animal. Like, you know, like I'm trying to tell you, but I mean I do see the correlation. Do I think that it really plays a part? I don't know. I'd have to do a little more. I'll have to do a little bit more research. But
do you think it's a possibility?
I do think it's a possibility.
Like, do you think that it's a something that is subconscious?
Like, what's the
because I'm not gonna lie to you. I've seen.
What do kids usually get beat with? Belts and switches.
I don't know, because if you ask my dad that, it was everything from Hot Wheels tracks to. I mean, I'm being serious.
Yo,
a lot of the things that my dad says that he was beaten with, sounds illegal.
You remember those rulers that were like bendy and shit? I got beat one of those. That was one of the worst ass whoopings I ever took in my life. But I remember that shit on my back. I was just like, ah.
But see, like I said, my dad got beat with everything from switches to Hot Wheel tracks. I mean, that's what I'm saying. You know, I didn't get ass whoopings that way, but I'm just saying. I wouldn't be surprised, because if you notice, people are changing the way that they parent nowadays.
That shit's illegal. You can't hit kids no more.
Well, the thing is, a lot of people have started to realize and started to learn that the way that they were parented as children was not necessarily, a lot of instances were not the correct way things, should have gone, and are realizing that there are other ways and other things you can try and work with and use besides immediately going to breaking out the belt. The wooden spoon, the shoe.
The wooden spoon.
Yeah, I caught a couple of them. They broke a lot of the time, too.
I remember my mom said, go pull the switch off. Like, yo, you got me fucked up.
Go pick your own switch.
Nah, hell no. You gonna work for
I used to get tagged with a slipper.
Nah, look. I was like, yo, you gonna work for this kid. Fuck that. How do you fuck if I get beat worse? I don't care. But I'm not doing that. You're gonna, hopefully you get tired from going out there pulling that shit off the fucking tree. Because then, like, when you do go get it, you get one that's too small, then you get twice that.
Well, see, if you really think about it, though, mental health is more of a talking topic now, too. And I feel...
People use that shit as a crutch sometimes.
They do. But you're always going to have somebody that's going to try to take advantage of something. Yeah. There's nothing you're ever going to come across or see in life.
Some kids like, yo, there was nothing wrong with you. You did that shit because you're bad. So.
And that's what I'm saying. There's always going to be the bad apple. There's always going to be people trying to take advantage and trying to use things to the best of their advantage. But you can't discredit the whole because of those few.
Yo, I'm not laughing at you. I can't stop looking at V. I feel like he's in there fucking cooking. Like
why didn't he just sit at a different mic?
Oh my god.
Because no one's on either of those mics over there.
He keep rubbing his fucking head.
Like, leaning all out.
Yo. It's like he's frying in that bitch. I can hear the goddamn sizzling.
Oh. But yeah, I do think that mental health is a talking topic. And I think because of that, people are realizing that some of the things that we endured as children could have been handled in a much healthier way than they were handled. And people are deciding that they want to try to handle these things in other ways besides grabbing the belt, getting the switch,
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, people got some crazy stories. The drop cord.
Yes.
That extension cord, that shit. But I know the fucking iron cord.
My dad
that's inhumane. Like, yo, really? A fucking iron cord? Like, yeah, I'm trying to tell you. Black people
throwing glasses through the house, like drinking cups and plates and things like that.
Man, I'm like to talk about it too much. But I had a fucking brick thrown through me. True, I was being sarcastic. I was like,
but
my parent was talking to me, and I'm sitting in the car. I got tinted glass. I was sitting on the other side of the glass, and I rolled the window up like very slowly and dramatically. I'm just looking as they're upset. like, and then like, it's just like rolling up like super slow. And I remember them going to the back, and I'm like, yeah, be mad. Next thing you know, I see them pick up a brick. Like, hey, Jamaican parents are fucking crazy. And I pulled the fucker off, right? I'm like, oh yeah, hell yeah, I'm good. When I tell you this motherfucker heaved that shit like the fucking Olympics, I was just like, yo, I was scared as fuck, man. But like, yeah, I do see what you're saying, though. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Before you said that, I never really thought about it.
Never paid any attention or ever thought about it in that way, right? Because I tell you, when it was said to me, I said the same thing. I had never, ever, ever in my life ever thought about it that way until it was said to me. And then I got to thinking about it, and I was like, I can see a correlation.
Yeah, I mean,
I just want to say that when it comes time for me to have children, I would like to discipline and find ways to parent that don't involve ruling by fear. Because like you mentioned, that was a thing for me. Like, a lot of the time, I didn't do something because I was terrified of the consequences. Or like terrified of, my parents finding out or whatever the situation
like
was.
Report cards and shit. Like, I didn't have that problem because I always did well in school, but some of my friends.
In high school, I hit my progress report card underneath my bed.
I used to make them shit for people and shit. Like,
and then, like, bro, you don't understand. Like, I came home and they actually cleaned my room for me. And they flipped the mattresses and shit. And right fucking there was my progress report. Straight D's and F's.
Ooh.
And look, they said the student known as percentage.
Bro, when I tell you my mom cocked that hand far back into Arkansas about to slap me into fucking Illinois.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. One time, my mom told me she was gonna pay me to wash the dishes and shit. So I washed. It was mad fucking dishes. And at the end of it, she's like, I shouldn't have to pay you. I'm your mother. And I tell you, I was pissed. And I did it out of anger. I poured like some fucking salsa all over every fucking dish. When I tell you, like, that smack, you talking about something back to Arkansas. That shit was back there in the nosebleeds. Like, I'm trying to tell you. And I ducked the first one. And that pissed her off even more.
That elevates it.
Yeah, like, you be running. Like, stop running. Stop running.
I was getting ass from my mom, and I just busted out laughing. And I was like, "This all." And I don't know what like brought me to say this, but I was like, "That's all you got." and my stepdad heard it, so that nigga came out of nowhere, just beep 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 beep. I was like, "Fuck."
My aunt had a story like that. She was getting her behind whooped, and she started laughing. My grandma whooped her till she got tired. Homegirl took a nap, got up, and went back to whooping her behind. I ain't never.
Man, that's an ass whooping right there, bro. I normally got wooden spoons, slippers, dad's helping hand paddle.
Y'all ever put on mad layers of clothes and shit like it'll help?
No, because it didn't help.
Yeah, I had to drop them out.
I'd have got it worse for trying to do that.
I got away with that shit a couple times.
No,
I was acting like hell. Acting like hell.
I think I stopped getting whooped when I was 13.
Shit, I didn't.
I normally cause I started living.
I got whoopings up till I moved out the fucking house.
Yeah, no.
So instead of getting whoopings, I got lectures.
I was just grounded all the time.
Back in my day, they would ground me from not driving my car for 2 weeks, and I was like, I don't go nowhere anyway.
But yeah, that shit is definitely something to think about. But we have reached our time for this evening tonight.
Yes, sir.
A lot of information. It's definitely a good show.
Something to think on.
Yeah.
Check us out.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you. After hearing that shit, that makes me not want to watch that Will Smith movie even more.
What Will Smith movie?
That's Emancipation.
I got one time to see one.
When they dropped the hard ER.
Oh yeah, like the Django.
Yeah.
Who was that nigga on that nag? That shit was
Steven.
That shit. Django was funny though. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It was supposed to be a comedy, but it's also supposed to be in your face.
Yeah, and then Leonardo DiCaprio said he had a problem saying that. No, the fuck you did. You said that shit.
No, he did. He really did. Jamie Foxx and then Samuel L. Jackson was just say nigger.
Well, can you imagine the pressure? Samuel L. Jackson is standing there looking you dead in your face as a white man dropping the hard R.
and
And
going
not-
along with it because he's Steven.
And not just nigga, like
Hard R.
hard R.
Hard R.